Hello everyone! Today I'm analyzing a powerful dramatic scene from the psychological narrative work Mouthwashing, developed by Wrong Organ. Specifically, I'm focusing on the final dialogue between the characters, Swansea and Jimmy. In the context of English language teaching, this text is a magnificent specimen for the advanced language learners to study complex human psyches and raw conversational pragmatics. While this text holds massive value, it best serves its social function for an English learner. This dialogue explores the breakdown of human morality, coping mechanism, and the biggest truth of social expectations and standard under extreme isolation. By examining Swansea's final confrontation, students can learn that language of raw honesty, confrontation, and also social paradoxes, enabling them to analyze how language changes when human relationships reach a fatal breaking point. In analyzing this drama, I do not only look on the tragedy of the plot, but specifically at how the intrinsic elements work together, creating the deeper meaning for the language learner to see the subtext behind it. As a dramatic scene, we will dissect three core elements. The first one is dialogue, and the dramatic irony, and subtext. First, the dialogue. Swansea line, the first line is aggressive, vulgar, like shut the F up. In two, in shifting to deeply poetic metaphorical description of his past, such as mocking the moon for daring to show its face. This juxtaposition shows a man stripping away his social filters because he is facing the death. Second, dramatic irony is blindingly sharp in Jimmy's response. When Jimmy says, Swansea, I'm going to fix everything. We're going to make it. The audience, us, and Swansea already know that Jimmy is the one who caused all the crash, the ship crash, and is completely delusional. Jimmy's words represent a desperate for him to make everything right, to attempt his maintain his hero complex since the first day, while the audience know he is actually the antagonist. Third, the subtext. Subtext. When Swansea lists societal standards of a good man, a collared shirt, mortgage, and a credit card, the subtext is a heavy critique of societal expectations. His final words, I should have been able to protect this kid, carry the painful subtext of failure and guilt, showing that despite his harsh demeanor exterior, his core motivation was a protective empathy for the youngest crew member that already passed, Daisuke, that had a father-son relationship with him. Now, how do this element help a student learn English? This brings us to the LT application by analyzing the dramatic irony in Jimmy's delusion versus Swansea's harsh reality. Students practice, of course, critical reading and the skills of analytical skill. They learn to identify unreliable narrators and decode different types of future tense, like where Jimmy uses we are going to as a coping mechanism, not a factual certainty. Furthermore, studying Swansea's monologue is an exceptional tool for teaching stylics and word choice, also pragmatics. Advanced learners can analyze how standard societal vocabulary like discipline, routine, drive, as a juxtapose or paradox with a visceral vocabulary like nausea, wreckage, and vomit. In a classroom setting, students can practice prosody and delivery through a reader's theater. They can practice how to control their breath, pacing, rhythm, and vocal tone to deliver Swansea's long sentences, transitioning from anger, aggressive, to vulnerability, and finally to acceptance when he says, I got nothing to hide, ready to face the music. Where Jimmy literally pointing a gun towards Swansea. This teaches students that English is not just a tool for polite small talk, but a vehicle to express the deepest, most complex human emotions. That is my analysis of bridging contemporary dramatic literature with pedagogical practice. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.